Alright guys, the video that you're about to watch right now is actually going to be a serious video, just to let you know. I mean, sorry that I'm not posting, the normal stuff I do, but I feel like this issue about Article 13 and the Saveyourinternet hashtag that's going around, like, really needs to be talked about, because this issue it's not effing even trending on Twitter. Like, I'm looking at what's trending on Twitter and I don't see the hashtag Saveyourinternet anywhere. Like, I literally see things like the John Lewis Christmas advert, which I don't really care about. Why is that there? Why is that there and not hashtag Saveyourinternet? I don't understand that. So, I am going to explain a bit more about Article 13 and the Saveyourinternet thing in more detail, just in case you haven't heard about it yet. Because I only heard about this literally 2 days ago, and like, this thing has been going on for months, like for a while, that I just found out, and I don't understand how I didn't hear about this before. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I haven't actually like properly wrote this out or like wrote bullet points, so this is all coming off from the top of my head. So I'm sorry if it doesn't make sense at times, because this is all just coming out of my stupid head, but I'm just gonna basically vent and just talk about how important this issue actually is, and how it's literally going to affect both creators and viewers. This thing will literally affect everyone. So if you don't know about Article 13, basically the stupid EU has put this copyright directive, this law that they actually want to create, which is actually, like, in purpose meant to stop copyrighted material being shared on the internet, to help the big company and copyright owners and all that. Which, okay, so from one perspective, yeah, I get that they want to protect their copyright material and make sure that it doesn't get misused or abused. I'm for that. But this is the but bit. What they are planning to do right now is they are planning to basically destroy all creativity. They are trying to destroy people's lives. They're trying to suppress freedom of expression, freedom to watch whatever the hell we want, freedom to create art, to create commentary. They want to strip away fair use. They want to do all these stupid things. I'm gonna basically talk about it. So basically, in the gist of it, Article 13 wants to basically block off all videos in the EU that basically have any form of copyrighted content in it. And the video has to be absolutely 100% original. It all has to be 100% your content. It can't have any copyright content in it. So basically, people in the EU can't upload or view any content that has some form of copyrighted material. Any content they view has to be 100%, everything in the video has to be their content. They can't have any copyrighted stuff in it. So this means that you won't be able to see stuff like memes, fan art, like fan animations. You won't be able to watch gameplays. You can't upload gameplays, you can't upload memes, you can't make memes, you can't watch memes. And things like song lyrics, educational videos and documentaries that basically use other sources in it. And also like things where like, like people comment on certain issues and they use those sources in the videos to add commentary about it, to add it as like a, to make it like a news source, to educate people on it, for social commentary on an issue. Anything like that basically isn't 100% yours, it's going to get blocked, deleted, you can't view it. So memes, gameplays, reaction videos, animations, fan animations, covers, remixes, everything that people use to express creativity and art. The things that people make and create, or like things that people add social commentary on, like things like fair use, where you should have the right to comment and add criticism, report, teach, show people. Like, the idea of fair use and freedom of expression is basically being stripped away. You can no longer comment or add commentary, criticize, teach, show certain messages about videos for transformative purposes, a right that I feel every person should have. The idea of fair use in videos is basically being stripped. That cannot happen. So basically, Article 13 wants to basically strip away all that type of content, memes, gameplays, reaction videos, documentaries, educational videos, all those sources of learning and entertainment and creativity, social commentary, news, they're all basically gonna go. It's all being stripped away. And that is like what? That's like 80% of YouTube, or like that is the majority of YouTube. You're basically taking away everything so that way there's nothing left. Which is why I added the black screen into this video, because that's basically symbolizing what will happen after Article 13. There'll be nothing. They're taking away everything so that way there's nothing left. That's basically Article 13. So how would all of this affect people in the EU and people outside the EU? Well, for people in the EU, they can't upload any content that will potentially have copyrighted material like gameplays, etc. Because apparently there's going to be this filtered thing that before it's even published and uploaded, they're going to filter the content out, and then if that video is not 100% yours, anything, that video is going to get blocked or deleted. I think something like even your existing videos would get blocked or deleted. Even your channels can get deleted. They're basically taking all that away, because basically Article 13 is not holding the person creating the content liable for copyright. They are holding the company, the online platformer company, liable for any copyright issues. So Article 13 would basically hold YouTube responsible for any copyright issues. So YouTube is doing this thing, and also not only YouTube, but like even like Instagram, etc. They're doing all these things to like basically block off as many videos as possible, so that way they don't get in trouble with the law. It's the law that's basically doing all that. Basically, it's basically the law that's telling people what they can and cannot do, and they just messed everything up. They're basically stifling so much creativity and expression and basic human rights. They're taking away everything. So yeah, basically, people like me or like anyone else in the EU, we can't upload any content that will basically contain any copyright material. So for me, that means I can't upload any more gameplays. If that's the case, my videos will get blocked, deleted. Maybe my channel will get deleted. That way they can stop any like copyright law issues from going out of hand. There are basically so many channels in the EU are going to be deleted, blocked off. No one's going to see their stuff anymore. All the creators that you watch in the EU, or like maybe if you're a creator yourself, your content's gone. It's basically they're controlling what you can and cannot post. And especially if doing those kind of videos, whether it's fan work or like anything, if doing those kind of videos is what you love doing and it's your main thing, they're basically prohibiting you, discouraging you from doing any sort of like work like that. They're taking away a huge chunk of yourself and they're crushing it, basically. That's how I see it. So yeah, it also means though that the people in the EU, they won't be able to view any videos also maybe outside the EU that has copyrighted material. They're basically trying to censorship and control what we can and cannot watch. So that means like videos of like my friends that I watch in the States or Asia or wherever, like I don't think I'll be able to see the videos if it contains any materials that are like not 100% theirs, like gameplays, anything. I don't know if I can watch that anymore, because that video will most likely get blocked because they are blocking what Europeans can and cannot see. So wow. Which I think is stupid. It's actually pathetic that they're actually dividing people this way, in my opinion. They're dividing people further away instead of connecting with people, because the internet is about, you know, like we can all reach each other around the world. But this kind of stupid thing they're doing, they're cutting people off. They're isolating everyone from each other. They're blocking what we can and cannot see. I think it's pathetic. And for the people outside the EU, how will it affect you guys? From what I've heard, it means that people in the EU won't be able to see your videos. So I won't be able to see any of you guys' videos. If you live outside the EU, I probably will get blocked from seeing that. That video will get blocked off from me seeing that. That video will probably be blocked off from me even seeing it. Especially if it contains anything that is not 100% yours. So that means I'm not going to be able to see any gameplays or anything, or reaction things. They're all basically gone. I won't be able to see that. The people outside the EU, if you've got any audiences that are in Europe, etc., they basically won't be able to see your videos anymore. You've basically lost an audience in that. If you have any viewers from the EU, it's basically gone. So I think this is all messed up, in my opinion. This is really messed up, and it shouldn't be right. You're basically crushing freedom. That's basically what it is. You're basically crushing freedom of expression, of viewership. You are censoring someone. Like, I feel like they're dictating what we can and cannot watch, what we can and cannot create. They're stifling all that creativity and freedom of expression and voice. So that way there's basically nothing left in us. We're forced to watch mainstream, like, you know, the big companies, and all the little people will still stay little. Basically, that's how I see it. And it's actually really sick, if I'm honest. If this law actually gets passed, this is basically it. This is basically the end of the internet. Like, it won't even be an internet, because there's so much censorship and control and dictatorship, complete blocking of what you can and cannot watch, leaving you with nothing to watch. Because I mainly watch gameplays and reaction stuff on my video. I watch, like, learning things. I watch all of that. That's all going to be gone. What is there for me to watch? Nothing. Even creating this content, I enjoy doing that, and that's going to be taken away from me as well. So what have they left us with, is what I'm wondering. What have they left us with? Nothing, basically. So yeah, that's just a bit about Article 13. But the final point that I want to mention before I go away and, you know, just shut up, it's basically, I just want to talk about what's most important, what's actually being ignored by this huge law that they're trying to create, that they probably will most likely be, creating. Like, this law will most likely happen. It probably is going to happen. Like, it's very likely going to happen. So I don't know if there's anything that can be done to change it. This law, this directive, is going to produce so much psychological effects on people. I think people have forgotten. I think some people have ignored. I think especially the people behind, whoever effing made this. I think whichever ignorant, idiot, pathetic lawmakers who actually made this decision. I don't know what was in your brain that time when you actually felt the need to support this movement. They've actually forgotten the psychological effects of what will happen if this law gets passed. For example, from the creator's perspective, if a creator really enjoys doing this kind of thing, like, you know, making content, whether it's like gameplay, whether it's like making fan animations, remixes, you know, all those kind of things, what you're doing is, with this law, is you are discouraging them from ever making that content again. You are basically, which is what they want. They don't want their content, like any copyrighted content, shared across the internet. But they don't understand that what those people have done, they've actually transformed that material in some way. They've actually added their own input towards that. It's basically fair use. They've actually created something with it because they've really enjoyed the original art behind all of it. So what they're doing here is that they're expressing their creativity. They're expressing themselves in this material. They love doing this kind of thing. And what you're doing is with this law, if their videos are going to get blocked and deleted, and forever deleted, like, no matter what they do, it's going to get deleted, the channel will get deleted, etc. They won't be able to make any content anymore. And you've just basically taken their life away from them. That is what this law has basically done. If you take away someone's, like, they're going to be crushed. If you take something like that from someone, you've basically killed them in some way. Especially if doing those kinds of things was some kind of release to help them cope with something. Or basically it's the only thing that's kept them going. Or basically it's basically the only way that allows them to connect with the world, or like make friends, etc. You've basically taken their life out of them. If you're basically stifling their creativity and their right to create their own content in their own way, like, you've basically stripped that away from that someone. And when you've taken away something that means a whole lot to someone, what the hell are they going to do now? They're going to feel lost, especially if this is the thing that they've been doing their entire life, what they're passionate about. Like, what are they going to do with their lives? Like, you don't understand how important this can mean to someone and how they could feel after that, what they could do. You don't know, like, especially how important these things are for people. Like, I've literally seen like tweets on Twitter about, like, you know, people talking about like that, like, this has literally been their life, and what they're gonna do now with that, like their work, they're kind of, you know, that their baby that they've like made in these works and everything. You've basically you're taking it away. You're taking away. You've crushed someone. You have no idea how much you've crushed that person. You can't imagine it. You don't know that. That's what I mean. And also, not just creators, but viewers as well. A lot of people view certain content because it helps them cope with life somehow. It basically acts as a release. It helps make them feel temporarily better. But when you take that away, like the sources of content that they watch that helps them feel a bit more better and in control, how are they going to cope now? You have just taken away a coping technique. What are they going to do? And I think that the psychological effects behind all of this is, I think, also something that people also need to know about. Especially these effing lawmakers, whoever effing made that law, they also need to know about that too. The psychological effects of this. Especially because the internet is a huge place of so many users. You have basically ruined the internet for them. This isn't even the internet anymore. It's a dictatorship. It's going to have so much negative effects and drawbacks. So that's that. So yeah, that's basically what I just wanted to just talk about real quick, because this issue is real concerning. Because this issue is going to have, so it's going to impact everyone. This will, like, maybe some people haven't found out about it yet, or they don't, or they're not sure yet, but I can see it really damaging a lot of people. Just trying to see it. So yeah, basically, see what happens, but most likely this will become the law, and I don't know what that means for me and for other people, but it's gone. If you guys want to help, even though I'm not sure like whether these methods will help in the end or not because of the stupid lawmakers, like, will they even listen to anyone? I still think it's important to, like, make a lot of noise about this, like, really talk about this a lot, because I think the hashtag that they're trying to spread around to spread more awareness about this is hashtag Saveyourinternet, which people have been tweeting, like, I've been seeing that, but why is it not trending on Twitter? I don't understand. So I think if you can, definitely spread that hashtag around, hashtag Saveyourinternet, like, make tweets about it, talk about it. Like, I think this needs to be, like, more spoken about, because this will affect so many jobs, careers, lives. People are going to lose their livelihood from this. That's another thing, like especially creators in the EU that you watch, they probably won't be able to make that content anymore. It's gone. They probably won't be able to make that content anymore, and they're going to lose basically the job, revenue, everything, audience. It's all gone. So it's really destructive. So yeah, definitely spread the hashtag around, hashtag Saveyourinternet. And I have seen this change petition site thing to, like, you know, like to help stop Article 13. Hopefully, I mean, sometimes these petitions, sometimes no one hears us when we sign them, but I still think it's good to just sign it and just do whatever we can to help, because you never know. Because I think they need to know how much of an issue this is, so definitely sign it. So yeah, I definitely just recommend signing it. Some have said to contact your local MEPs, see how that goes. Although I have heard on one tweet that basically someone did try to ring their MEP about it, and they basically got hung up on. So I don't know. So I'm not too sure about it, but I still think it'll be worth a try to keep ringing them. That way they know that people don't want this. They're serious about this. We don't want this. But yeah, definitely, if you can, the simplest thing is spread the hashtag, start talking about it, create an uproar about it, because I feel like they need to see and hear this, because I don't get why it's not trending. Like, they really do need to see, like, people don't want this, that this is going to affect so many people, and it's not in the right way. It's going to be destructive. So yeah, guys, sorry if this is all like jumbled up and messed up in the place, because I haven't even like planned it out. I'm just speaking from my head, and that never goes well, but it's just what I'm doing. Just, yeah, so if you can, guys, just the littlest thing is just to spread the hashtag, you know, to really voice your opinions on it. You don't want it, so that way they listen, even though I don't know if they will listen, because they sound like jerks, but we'll find out. But this will most likely be the law, and it sounds terrifying. So yeah, definitely spread the hashtag, spread word about this, because I think more people need to, because I feel that more people need to speak about this. Bigger creators, I doubt you're watching this, but please, like, make a video on this. Like, please make a video on this. Like, people don't even know this is happening, and I feel like that needs to be done as well. But yeah, hashtag Saveyourinternet, guys. Stop them dictating what we can and cannot do on the internet. Stop them from ruining the internet as it is. And yeah, that's basically all I'm going to say anyway.